In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 3 predictions for what is going to happen in the Denver housing market in 2025. If you're new to my channel, my name is Torrey Drake. I'm a local Denver realtor. You probably figured that out already or guessed that. Congratulations. I'm going to go ahead and dive straight into this. Now, actually, before I had to show you that, because that charts freak a lot of people out. They're like, just tell me what it means. I'm going to show you some charts, show you some data. I'm going to make these predictions super simple, easy to digest, and I'm going to show you some data. I'm not going to deep dive into it. I just want you to know I'm not like making this stuff up as I go. I want you to see where I'm getting it from. Prediction number 1 is that March, April, and May are going to continue to be the best times to sell a home in the greater Denver area. Best defined as the period of time where you're most likely to have the highest sales price and sell at the quickest. Now, the reason I say March, April, and May, I didn't pick those months out of a hat. I'm looking at this chart right here, which shows 10 years of data. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. This is 10 years, the green bar being all residential home sales. And we peak right around the June or July timeframe. Then we drop like a rock after June or July. And this chart is for pending sales, which is buyers writing offers. So when are we selling the most amount of homes? Now, a lot of people would say, whoa, why are you saying March, April, or May, which is like this midpoint here before the peak? The reason I say March, April, and May is because if you list right at June or right at July when our market is peaking and you don't nail it, or let's just say you do go under contract for like 30 days and the buyer drops out and you have to go back to the market, you are relisting in a declining market that is declining rapidly. So if you miss the mark on pricing and take longer to sell, you're in a declining market. If you go sell quickly, yay, but the buyer doesn't make it to closing, you're going back to market a declining market. So listing March, April, and May, you're catching that wave, you're catching that appreciation and that buyer activity while also giving yourself some wiggle room if it doesn't work out right away or the buyer drops out or anything like that. Now, prediction number 2 is that housing prices, our appreciation for Denver, I think we're going to end the year somewhere between 4 to 7% in appreciation, most likely closer to that 4 to 5%. What I'm predicting is going to happen is we're going to see anywhere from 5 to 8% appreciation the first half of the year, and then we're going to see anywhere from 1 to 3% appreciation through the second half of the year. Am I making this up as I go? No, I sure am not, because this chart right here shows residential median and average close price for the past 10 years, and what we can see, and once again, I'm not going to have you zoom in on the dates here, but just take my word for it. I would hope, I'm showing you some charts here, that our home prices go up and then they come down. They go up and then they come down. And that going up part is pretty much always January through July. And the going down is July through December, with the bottoming out being December usually. So our market, like clockwork, goes, our housing prices go up by a lot January through July and then level out July through December. So once again, I think that Denver is going to finish the year somewhere between 4 to maybe 7%. 7% would be on the really high end, but I don't think it's impossible. Now, I'm getting these numbers. We can look at Housing Wire here, which pulled 2025 housing price appreciation forecasts from Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Housing Wire, and a whole bunch of official places that do this for a living. And Goldman Sachs is on the high end for all of the U.S., saying 4.4%. And then we have some people on the low end who are predicting much lower. Zillow is predicting 2.3% appreciation, and the average for all 13 of these predictors is 2.6%. Once again, that's all of the U.S. Denver, being a major metro area, tends to be on the higher end of these, which is also why I'm really confident predicting somewhere between 4 to 7%, most likely in that 4 to 5% by the end of the year. Now, my third prediction is going to be that interest rates are going to fluctuate in between 6 and 7% throughout the year, and most likely end the year in the low 6.25%, 6.5% or below. Am I making that up? Nope. You sure guessed I am not. I'm getting this information from data, because I'm a data nerd and I like it. Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist, or Yoon, I always get that wrong, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, is predicting that the 30-year fixed mortgage rate is likely to hover around 6.5% for much of 2025, and they might bounce around between 6 and 7% over the course of the year. And there's a whole bunch of other articles I could show you that are quoting the same thing. It's pretty much most people look to this guy for mortgage rate predictions because he's the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors. He's usually has a good idea of what interest rates are going to do. But of course, nobody can say for sure what interest rates will do for sure. These are just our best predictions. So, to recap, my 3 predictions for the housing market in 2025 for Denver, Colorado. Number 1, March, April, May being the best times to sell a property as it has been historically for the past 10 years. Prediction number 2, I think by the end of the year, we're going to end anywhere between 4 to 7% appreciation, most likely closer to that 4 to 5%. And then my third prediction is that interest rates are going to fluctuate between 6 and 7%, staying pretty close to that 6.5% more often than not. And buyers and sellers right now are very accustomed to interest rates being in the sixes right now, that I don't think it's going to cause any damage to our housing market. If anything, we might have a slightly busier housing market this year as compared to last year, because both buyers and sellers are more accustomed to where prices are at and where interest rates are at. If you have any questions on this, guys, I of course love making videos, but I love to actually help people buy and sell even more. My contact information is in the description below. If you liked the content, consider hitting like and subscribe. But overall, I just appreciate you watching these videos, guys. Thank you so much. And I think I said everything I needed to say to sign off. Have a great day.